What's up, fifth grade? It's Mr. Rindo. This is this week's Review with Rindo. We are getting into Unit 4, and Unit 4 is going to be refocusing on multiplication and division. And being real, if you want to be good at division, you have to be very good with multiplication first. And so we're going to be focusing on some efficient multiplication strategies in this video. So right now, you see an expression up on the board. You guys can see that we are adding the number 18 over and over and over and over and over. So a mistake that I could make is just to go ahead and start adding. And what I mean by that is like I could say, oh, 18 plus 18 is 36, and 36 plus 36 plus 36. I could start doing all of that, but that's not going to be a smart decision. Because we know that if you add the same number over and over and over, that this expression can be re-represented as multiplication. So it would be really smart of me to first count out how many groups of 18 that I'm actually adding. So I'm going to do that really quickly. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I know that right now what I'm actually looking at is the expression 9 times 18, because I'm adding the number 18 9 times, okay? So if I wanted to, again, I could go ahead and I could use the distributive property to like split this up into smaller chunks. So if I wanted to, I could say, oh, I'm going to do 3 18s, 3 18s, and 3 18s, and then combine those. And that would work, but it's not as efficient as something else. And if you are in one of my math classes, you probably know what I'm going to say. If somebody walked up to me on the street and said, yo, Rindo, what is 9 times 18? I would say, I don't know. But what do I know? I know what 10 of them is. So what I'm going to go do up here is I'm going to go ahead and add one extra group of 18 to this problem. And the reason I did that is because now I'm solving 10 times 18 instead. And I know the snap of the fingers solution for that. I can take this number 18 and then put a 0 on the end of it, and that gives us our product. So now we know that 10 groups of 18 equals 180. To figure out what 9 groups of 18 is, I'm simply going to go ahead and take away the extra 18. So if I do that, if I take away 18 very carefully from the number 180, we're going to get an answer or a product of 162. So now let's take a look at another one. So again, you guys can see that the number 23 is being added over and over and over, and I should not just immediately start adding because we know this problem can be represented by multiplication. So again, I'm going to count the number of 23s. And I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So again, I know that this problem is actually the same thing as 9 times 23. And if somebody walked up to me in the street and said, yo, Rindo, what do you get when you add 23 9 times? I'd say, I don't know. But I do know what 10 of them is. So I'm going to go ahead right away, and just like the last one, I'm going to add an extra group of 23. Because now I can solve for that. I can say, okay, I know exactly what 10 groups of 23 is. I get to use my strategy. So I'm going to take the 23 and put a 0 on the end like we always do when we multiply a whole number by 10. So now we have 230. We know that's too big because we were actually trying to find out what 9 groups of 23 is. So now I need to take away that extra group of 23. So I'm going to subtract 23 from that number, very carefully, of course. And if I do that, that will give me 207. By the way, right now, if I were to name this strategy, I would simply call this an over strategy. When I want to find out what 9 of a number is, I'm just going a little bit over it first to make the solution easier. Now, I'm going to go ahead and show you another one. Okay. So again, you guys can see that we have the number 48 being added over and over and over. Yet at the same time, you can also see that it's not 9 times. So let's really quickly count how many there are. I see that we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. So right now, I am looking at 5 times 48. Now, I guess I could count by 5 48 times, but that wouldn't be very efficient to solve this problem. So instead, I'm going to think about this in a different way. Right now, I have 5 groups of 48, and if somebody said, yo, what do you get when you add 48 5 times? I'd probably say, I don't know. But I do know what 10 of them is. So what I'm going to do is I'm literally going to go ahead and double the number of 48s. I'm going to put 5 more, like so. Because now what I get to first do is I get to start with 10 times 48 because that's much, much simpler. So now I'm going to do 10 times 48, and that gives me 480. And so now it's very clear, like the 548s that we started with are going to be half of that amount. If 10 of them makes 480, then 5 of them is going to be half of that. And we call this the half 10 strategy. So if I take this 480 and split it in half or divide it by 2, that means that 5 groups of 48 are going to equal 240. All right, one more problem, friends. Here we go. I think you guys know what this is going to be. You can see that right now I have the number 72 5 times. So I'm going to write it down. I have 5 groups of 72. And again, I don't know what 72 5 times is, but I do know what 72 10 times is. So I'm going to go ahead and add another 5 groups of 72. I'm going to double the number of 72s. So there, just like that, now instead of 5 of them, I have 10. So I'm going to go ahead and solve for that first. 10 groups of 72 altogether gives us 720. And so now that I know that, I know that the 5 groups I started with is half of that amount. So again, I'm going to take that product and I'm going to split it in half or divide it by 2. Now, halving isn't that easy, so please take your time with that. But if I were to think about how to have the number 720, I would split that into chunks. And I'd say, okay, I know that half of 700 is 350, and that half of 20 is 10. And if I combine those, that gives us 360. And again, we call this strategy the half 10 strategy. Essentially, anytime you want to find out what 5 of a number is, it's easiest to start with 10. And going back to the previous one, anytime you want to find out what 9 of a number is, it's easiest to start with 10. So, this is a review of strategies we have talked about before, so hopefully this is all making sense. But these are the problems that I'm going to ask you guys to go ahead and work on. And it's important that we get really good and really fluent with these strategies because these strategies are really helpful when we get into division and once we go further with division than we already have. Good luck, my friends, and have a wonderful day.